and out. Maybe you can turn it to Richard, Ted.
Oh, yeah, I got it in and out right. Okay, Richard, you're up. WB6NGC. Sorry about that. W6BMW.
That's okay, Ted. Good morning to you, and good morning to the next WB6NGC, Richard in Pasadena, where it's warm and sunny, and I don't think it's going to hit 100 here, so neener. Let's see. I'm hearing just about everybody this morning, so actually, bank conditions aren't too shabby. As a matter of fact, Jay, you're hitting an S9 every once in a while, usually around a 7 or 8, but that's a lot better than what I usually hear. And I can hear Ted pretty well this morning, so that's nice. And the others are up there too, so good grief. It's unusual for me to have that good of a reception down here. I usually am in a black hole for around. Just been doing digital mode stuff. Otherwise, when I'm playing with the radios, doing ST8, made a few contacts here and there. And the other day, I left a low power station running the whisper mode. And after about 12 hours or so, I had a nice collection of signals that I heard and people that heard me. I got Europe and Africa and Australia, New Zealand, and a lot of North America. So 5 watts into a semi-vertical seems to work pretty good. It's too bad I can't work them with sideband or something so I can get a QSL on it. Anyhow, that's enough rambling on. I will say good morning to everybody, and I guess it goes to, looks like it goes to you, Jay, WB6MWL, WB6NGC.
Okay, Richard, real good. Yeah, good copy. WB6NGC, WB6MWL. Yeah, you were over 9 at times, Richard. Good copy. And, fine on the digital modes there. Sounds like you're doing real good. That's for sure. I know 20 meters at night has been pretty good sideband-wise. I've made a few DX contacts on there, but during the day, I don't know why, it's just pretty kind of dead here during the day. But anyway, maybe the cycle will continue improving here. I hope so. So not much going on here. Just trying to keep things green, halfway green, and that's doing watering and that. Try to do it in the morning and evening because it's in the high 90s here every day last week. There was some rain all around us, which made it very humid here. So I don't know if that's going to happen again today, but they had an inch or two of rain out east of us here in the desert areas in the mountains. So that's just the way it goes sometimes this time of year. So, I've got Charles next, so we'll turn it up to Clayton there. KW6G, WB6MWL.
Yeah, real good, Jay, thanks. WB6MWL, KW6G. You're peaking the meter here at 20 dB over S9, Jay, on the NFED half wave, and switching over to the vertical. You're only peaking about 5 to 10, so the NFED halfway is doing a great job this morning with less noise and all that sort of good stuff. So, yeah, maybe give it a 2 or 3 because I'm hearing everybody direct here this morning, which is kind of unusual, but a little bit stronger on the SDR. Like Neil's always stronger on the SDR, but I can copy him direct this morning. So, good morning to you, Neil. Don't you copy you direct very well for whatever reason. Yeah, it was well over 100. Well, it wasn't well over 100 here, but it was about 100 every day this week. And now it's going to cool down. It's going to be 90 today and 88 tomorrow. So I'll take whatever I can get. No rain. Rain here, forget it. Well, I shouldn't talk because last year on August 15th, my wife's birthday, it rained for a half an inch, which was very unusual for the Bay Area this time of the year. But then it also had a lot of lightning strikes that sparked those 1.5 million acre fires to the north and south of the Bay Area. And we spent the next 6 weeks with the doors closed and the windows shut and smoke everywhere. And it was blocking out the sun. It was so bad. It was really bad. So I hope we don't get another one of those, that's for sure. Anyway, thanks for everybody stopping by. I have not heard anything else about WB6QBI since Joe passed along that his information that he got from his XYL. So hopefully Fred will get better and rejoin the net with us. He is the last, I don't know if I want to say surviving, but last of the old-timers on the net. He's not an original member, but he's close to it. Started around 1967 or so, and he sent me his logbook pages from the first time he checked in. I'll have to go and check that, but I think it was 67 or 68. So a lot of history there, and Fred been around a long time. He used to be, part-time net control, but it didn't work out too well because of the propagation concerns, and no one could hear him. So he relinquished those duties, and we get net control for people who are nice enough to take on the duties, and I got 4 of them right now, which is really great. So I don't have to do it on a weekly basis anymore. So thanks to you, Jay, and Joe, for all you do, and Ted and Jim there in Martinez, and of course Neil being the webmaster is really appreciated too. So anyway, welcome to the back to the net, the gentleman in Oregon, John, K9RJT. I remember you checked in last week, John. We got you on the roll call here in the visitors, and I usually update the roll call once or twice a year, because if I do it any more frequently than that, things just get all messed up, and we have a lot of folks that check in once or twice and then we never hear from again. So that's kind of a waste of time updating roll call for that kind of thing. So we kind of wait a little while, and usually we do it on a semi-annual basis, and of course I always do it the first of the year, and that's when I sort of weed out the guys that haven't checked in for a long time. So anyway, be patient with us, John, and we like to have you here, and we welcome everybody. So don't worry about we don't want to discourage anyone, I should say, from checking in. I don't know what the right words are. But anyway, welcome, John. Glad you're here. And you have a nice signal in here in the Bay Area this morning, so no problem copying at all. So, okay, with that, I'm going to pass it along to, I think it's K7DRT. I'm not sure if Dave in Tucson can hear me or not, but let's hope he can. Anyway, 73s, everybody, you guys take care, and we'll see you next week. K7DRT is KW6G. Go ahead.
Okay, real fine. I can't hear you on my receive antenna, but I can copy it fine on the SDR.
You skipped John there.
The next control is 5.9 into my antenna, so good signal from your place to mine. I see some on my bandscope, but I listen to the SDR. Our story here is we've had the wettest July in recorded history in Tucson, in Arizona, southwestern Arizona, southeastern as well, and Phoenix. And we got more rain last night, I think about a quarter inch, to more tonight. And so, interesting thing, I'm not used to dealing with 55% humidity as the average humidity. So, even though our temperatures are mild compared to what we normally have this time, they still seem warm. Like I said, 77 and 56. We get up to the high 90s today. That's what's going on, and don't know. This is some of those storms. The previous one, where we got almost 3 inches, was a farmer's rain. My wife in Minnesota said, and so it was a long, slow rain. It was almost 2 3/4 inches plus. Had a little rain gauge out there in the yard, and that was more of a front, but it wasn't. It was just a huge storm. Usually these storms here that we had, like last night, a lot of lightning, horrible lightning, thunder, and high winds as the thunder shell comes over, and then you either get dumped on or you hit the fringe. So we were on the fringe today. I did disconnect antennas, and my vertical is laying down. I got a tilt-over mast. It's laying over. Mount is laying over in the ground because I don't want it will be the highest metal object in a subdivision. The flagpole, the 24-foot flagpole. But it's also my antenna. It's really an antenna. So that's what's going on here. My wife had knee surgery June 1st. It seemed to be doing really well with that, and we pulled a deep back muscle, and we're getting that worked on now. So back is getting in a lot of trouble. But you know, those things happen. So anyway, thanks for everybody participating on the net. It's good to listen to everybody, all the traffic. And also I want to say good morning to Joe and also my good friend Neil. So I'm going to give it back to Net. I think we missed John. I don't know if he was in or out. So K7DRT, back to Net.
Okay, very good, K7DRT, WB6MWL. Yeah, Charles turned it to you, and I should have went to John there. So let's see if we have a copy on John. KG6DVE, John, go ahead.
Good morning. How copy, KG6DVE, Gold Beach, Oregon.
Yeah, I'm copying you. Go ahead.
Okay, good enough. Well, thanks for inviting me in. You brought me over from the RV net where Dave is my boss. Is a net controller. He's our manager, so he does a wonderful job. And you guys are pretty awesome here. Just doing a little community service up here in Gold Beach, so to speak, with the Curry County Fair in our little community up here is being held this weekend, so I'll go down there and work the table for a little bit. Tomorrow, they invited me. And then, let's see, this coming week, Saturday, a week from today, I'll be going up to Agnes, which is 30 miles up the Rome River. Little tiny community with a motel, couple gas stations, and a restaurant store to do some work here with their annual triathlon. So they've asked the club, Gold Bars, Gold Beach Amateur Radio Society, to go up there, so I'll help them out. So that's what I've been doing, just playing around here in the RV, riding the Japanese Harley back and forth around the beach here, and other than that, nothing abnormal. So back to Net. Jay, thanks for taking it. Good morning to everybody that can hear me from KG6DVE, Gold Beach, Oregon.
Okay, John, very good. Yeah, fine on all your activities there. Sounds like you've been busy, that's for sure. So, good to hear you there. And next it goes up to Jim there in Martinez, K86BYR. Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, well, thank you there, Mr. J. Joe, I want you to note there, I thought maybe I was hearing things, but Dave said in Tucson, said he had a Neil was a friend of his. I didn't think Neil had any out-of-state friends in there, but well, I guess stuff happens. Sorry about that, Neil. Just had to do it. If I didn't do it, Joe would have done it. So I just took Joe off the bat. Yeah, nothing much around here. Been a little warm today. We're finally getting, last couple of days finally got down into the high 90s or whatever, and that's almost a cooling front for us. For a while there, it was jacked up to almost 100 degrees every day, 100 degrees plus. But I guess once you get past mid-90s, high 100s, don't much notice the difference, let me tell you. Yeah, I called in WA6UXA Gary there. My teacher called him in as an in and out. He told me to. So he finally got a vacation. He's a caretaker for his mother. And he's the only one there in the house. And he finally got his sister to take his mom for a week. So he's traveling around. He just doesn't get anywhere. He's kind of stuck in near his mom's in the early 90s. And then he's got to be working almost because she's early stage dementia. Well, I'm not too sure about early stage, but she has it anyway. I'm probably early stage dementia myself in there. So not a whole lot to say. Radio stuff? No, just haven't done any HF, and that's unfortunate. I've got digital modes here, Mr. Richard, I'm not even sure how to use them anymore. And I've got every digital mode, well, not every digital mode, there's only about 100 plus on digital modes in there, but yeah, I'm not even sure I know how to work them anymore. Jeez, that's a shame, but hey, that's the way it goes sometimes. So with that, I get the pleasure, passing this thing over to K2AMF. And say hello to your friend David down there. So you do have another friend there, Neil. How are you?
All his friends are out of state.
I heard that, and I have been thinking about moving next door to you, Joe. There's a house opening up there, and the problem is I can't afford the rich neighborhood you live in, so I'll just stick down here. Speaking of friends, military type, U.S. Navy, I guess that counts as military. He's listening in on us, and from Portland, that's another battle zone, so I guess being ex-military is kind of handy if you live in Portland or Seattle. But his call is K2SMF. That's SMF, kind of like my AMF, but his is more of a Sonora. He has a beautiful Japanese wife that he shared his life with as long as he could, and he generally listens in on us every Saturday morning, and he's picked up that Joe and I are kind of a couple or something. We sound like we've been married for way too long. Anyway, well, and you'll know, Joe, I complained bitterly last week. Prop was bad, and you weren't there to mess with me, and yeah, it was, my whole weekend was kind of crap. But it's all better now, except for the 106 that we got scheduled. I don't know if you noticed what they're telling us for tomorrow, though. Like 86. That sounds right, or much better. So that's what we should probably do. Stay inside today, and we'll do tomorrow whatever we're going to do. One thing about the site, I did put a little memo up there about, I think it's Fred, right? Our thoughts and prayers and good coffee mug toast to him is well deserved. And if you're already into our website, you might want to check out Jim's, BYR Jim's bio. I updated that with great information and a couple pictures of him in his tutu dancing days, and man, he is hot. Well, let's be honest. He was hot. Now, he's just what we call a historical figure. All right, so I think I bonged on Joe, bonged on Jim, and I don't do that to Charles. Charles is a coffee mug net professional. You don't mess with a professional. All right, gonna let you guys go. Thank you, prop gods. You sure improved the conditions from last week. This is Neil, K2AMF, back to net control, because I'm at the top of the list here.
I now understand why you use the center public restroom, N6TCU.
Not nice.
Joe.
Okay,
Joe gotta be Joe.
it's a good thing Neil can't afford to move next door to you, Joe.
Well, you can always use cannon fodder.
Okay, very good. Yeah, good copy, Neil. As Charles said, usually it's kind of tough, but boy, a good copy today. The band's pretty good here between us. So good to hear you there. And yeah, you got the bag on both those people, so that should make your day there. So let me move on to the visitors here. K7AER there in near Sholo. Your turn, Anthony, if you're still there.
Roger, net controller, Kilo 7, Alpha Echo Romeo here. Currently it's 77 degrees. I got 45 degrees humidity, 54% dew point. Looks like monsoon clouds are rolling in. It'll probably start raining in a couple hours. Otherwise, it's been a beautiful morning. Hope everybody has a great day. We hope to catch everybody again. Back to net controller, Kilo 7, Alpha Echo Romeo.
Okay, very good, Anthony. Good signal over here. Yeah, stay safe and watch out for that lightning. I used to live in Phoenix, so I know how those monsoons can really come in with a lot of lightning there. And wind, too. Okay, let's go up to Oregon and see if John copies me there. K9RJT, your turn on the coffee mug, John, over.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is Kilo 9 Romeo Juliet Tango in Prineville, Oregon. And I just wanted to thank Neil. He sent me a real nice email after I had first logged in there on July 10th. And I was on Highway 88 that day with my pickup and 7,400 feet high and a ham stick and was able to hear most of you guys pretty well. So I'm home now, and I'm operating on a 7300 with a 6-speed Hustler 6-speed TV vertical, using an MFJ 1026 noise canceller. And I also managed to get this SWR link up and running, so I appreciate that. I can hear most of you over the radio pretty well, but a little better on SDR for some of them. But I sure appreciate it. I haven't been out on my motorcycle much this summer. I was interested in looking at Neil's information there on his riding and so on. But we've been traveling quite a bit with the trailer this summer, and so anyway, we've been away from home, and I finally got the home rig going again today. We're about 79 degrees here and had a little rain last night and expecting a tad more today. Not heavy rain, but just mostly showers. So that'll help some of these fires we've got going in Oregon, which are pretty bad, as you know. So thank you for letting me check in again, and I'll probably be around in the future, off and on anyway. Not always regular, but should be here occasionally. So I appreciate that. With that, I'll let you go over.
Okay, John. K9RJT, WB6MWL, net control. Good to hear you there, again. And, you were about S7 down here in the LA area, so no problem copying you there. And I did hear you from the Mobile, too. I knew just about where you were there. I have a relative that lives in Cedar Creek, which is right off of Highway 88 there. So I've been on Highway 88 before. So, fine on how this travels this year. I haven't been anywhere, and I don't know if I'll be going anywhere, so we'll see what happens. Any other visitor check-ins for the Coffee Mug Net this morning? WB6MWL.
K7ORL. Spokane.
Kilo, I think there was a Kilo Tango 7 Foxtrot. Try it again, over. Kilo Tango 7 Foxtrot.
Whiskey 7, Charlie, Zulu, Alpha.
What was the name there in Newport Beach? I missed it.
Stand by, Clyde. This morning, sorry about that.
QSL, I'm good to hear you there from Newport Beach. Nice signal. And there was one other visitor, and I didn't get the call. Try it again.
Yeah, it's W7CZA, Clyde, in Spokane.
K7ORL, Dan in Spokane.
And you got K7ORL in Spokane also.
I can just barely hear those guys. Do you want to pick them up, Joe?
All right, let's pick up Clyde first. Good morning, Clyde. W7CZA, come on aboard. Well, good morning, Joe. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I've been listening to the NET. Got most of it on the SDR this morning. And I'm sorry if my signal is not that strong. I'm also using a vertical antenna here as the last operator was. 6BTV. Neil's familiar with all of that stuff that's over here anyway. Not much to comment on except the very hot weather. This is not the kind of weather that you'd use to put up antennas. Not much activity on HF, mostly on VHF. And I've been battling a problem with, I've been having to spend a lot of time in my recliner with my left leg elevated. I've got some kind of it's called cellulitis in my ankle, a rather serious infection. Just finishing up my antibiotics and it's starting to look better. Gripe, complain, well, like they say, getting old ain't for sissies. Anyway, thanks, Joe, for getting me in here. W7CZA back to N7TCO.
All right, Clyde. Well, hopefully that leg straightens up for you. Lay off the Jack Daniels. All right, W7CZA says good morning in 7-3s. And with that, the next one is K7ORL. Good morning, Dan. Another spoken night. Well, good morning. You know, I don't want to lay off the Jack Daniels. That's no fun. That's all part of getting old and having fun. But, yeah, and out there to those who are, to the gentleman thinking about Navy not being real military, I'm ex-Navy. We're real. We're the ones going to soften everything up for those Army guys. Okay, well, enough of that, hee-hee. But, yeah, it is going to be a hot one here today. There was 101 yesterday. It's supposed to be 102 today. But I would try. I was going to get in earlier, but I got tied up here. I've got to go out there and a lot of my tomato plants had a lot of tomatoes ready to go, so I was out there picking tomatoes. I pick them before the neighbors throw them at me. Well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to the net. I know it's getting a little long here. Kilo 7, Oscar Romeo Lima, back to net.
All right, Dan, you have a great day. And, yep, the Navy was great taxi drivers for us. Back to net, WB6MWL N6TCO relay.
Okay, very good, Joe. Yeah, I did copy most of what Dan said there. His signal came up. Clyde was right in my noise level there. So, very good. Thanks for picking those up there. Any other visitors for the Coffee Magnet, WB6MWL?
KG7, Bravo, Yankee, Juliet.
KG7, Bravo, Yankee, and I missed the last one.
J for Juliet, over.
KG7, Bravo, Yankee, Juliet. Yeah, very good. This is the Coffee Magnet. Go ahead.
Oh, sounding good up here in Blaine, Washington. Just thought I'd check in and get in the checkbook, over.
What's the name there, over?
Name is Ken, Kilo, Echo, Nancy, over.
Okay, Kim, good to have you in there, and thanks for checking in with us from Washington, over.
Very good. Good morning to you, Joe. Been a long time since I've heard you. KG7, BYJ, be clear.
Good morning.
Very good. Thanks for checking in with us, Kim from Washington. Any other visitors for the Coffee Mug, WB6MWL?
Whiskey 9, Lima, Sierra.
Hey, good morning, Glenn. Nice signal there. Go ahead, Glenn.
Yeah, good morning, Jay. Good signals from everybody. W6MWL, W9LS, Pahrump, Nevada. Name is Glenn, and have an overcast monsoony morning here, about 75 degrees, and about the same humidity. Not used to that, so lost track of time a little bit and missed my check-in, but wanted to say good morning to everyone on the net. good signals all around. Charles is S9. You're a solid 20 over, Jay. Just about as strong as I've ever heard you on 40 meters. So whichever rig you're running, it's doing the job. You don't want to hang on too long. So back to you, WB6MWL and the Coffee Mug Net, W9LS Pahrump.
Okay, very good, Dan. Yeah, I'm on the TO7 and the L7 here, about 700 watts right now. So, very good. Well, good signal. Yeah, you were way over 9. I didn't look at the meter real close, but I know you're way over 9 here, so good copy there. Yeah, the band was pretty good today, much better than it has been, that's for sure. So, good to hear you there. Any comments from previous check-ins before we close the net?
KW60.
Go ahead, Charles.
And good morning, everyone. I just need to apologize to K6DVE for skipping him on the roll call. I got a big X by his name here. I don't know what happened. I just seen your moment. Sorry about that, John. Anyway, I also wanted to make a comment about WB6QB. I have not heard anything more since Joe sent his announcement around, but I pulled up a mail from him he sent me a couple of years ago in February 2019 in response to some history of the net, and he first checked in October 8th, 1966. If math, which is an engineer, but math wasn't my strong suit anyway, arithmetic tells me that's almost 55 years ago, and the net, as everybody knows, started around 1960-62 as a casual thing for a couple of folks to keep in contact with one of the daughters of the original members who was going to college up here in the Bay Area. Anyway, at that time there was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 check-ins. W7SE, ALF in Seattle, W6TTSG in El Cerrito, that's in the East Bay here, W6BBE in San Marino, that was Bill, and then W6CJC, Elwyn in Berkeley, Roy, W6JXI in Orinda, and he was the one that made the original, Carl, W6RXP is the last one here, in Van Nuys, and he was the one, I believe, that made the original coffee mugs, and Fred sent me a picture of his coffee mug. That's how the net got its name. One of the members made coffee mugs, ceramic coffee mugs as a hobby, and he used to send a coffee mug QSL card to everybody who checked in or was a regular member, and had your name, and they call on the front of the coffee mug, and then he put the QSO details on the bottom of the mug, which is really nice. Don't get that kind of stuff anymore. But anyway, it was kind of fun to get that from Fred a few years ago. I never did find a place for it, but we need to update our history section, which I have been very tardy in doing so. I need to get with the program here and put a little bit better history section on the net website. But it's kind of fun. I just thought I'd pull that out and mention it, and wish Fred all the best on a speedy recovery and get back here on the air with us. And I'll turn it back to net control. Thanks for doing the net, Jay. You're peaking way over 20 S9 here. It's a really good signal this morning. And hello there to Glenn in Pahrump. Yeah, nice signal. You're 10 over S9 here too, Glenn. So I was kind of expecting to check in portable from Columbia, but I guess you got another couple weeks here in the States. Anyway, we'll see you Thursday night, guys. Take care. This is KW6D73. So everybody, I'll pass it back to Net. Go ahead, Jay. WB6MWL, KW6D.
Okay, very good, Charles. KW6G, WB6MWL. Thanks for that history there. That's pretty interesting. I didn't realize this net was that old. 50. Be almost 60 years old. So, it's been around a while. One of the older ones here, I think, on 40. I don't know, the swap net's been on a long time. I don't know when they started. They've been on the band here a long time. So I don't know exactly when they started, though. So I'm sure this net's probably one of the older ones. So I think there was somebody else in there with a comment when you picked it up, Charles. Was there another comment in there? Go ahead.
Yeah, W60.
Yeah, I had a comment here for Mr. P7DRT. Yeah,
DRT, go ahead.
You're asking about Neil's ride. I can tell you what his ride is. It's got 3 wheels, pedals, and a little honky horn, squeeze horn on the handlebars and a basket behind. So that's Neil's ride. K6BYR.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Neil doesn't have a Harley there. Go ahead, Dave. I think there in Tucson you had a comment.
Okay, real fine. Just listening to the chatter. What I was going to say is, I hope you guys get some rain up in there in the northwest. You really need it. I've got one of my net controllers and good friend Gary and Pam up in southern Oregon, and they're right below the Blue Lake fire, and that thing has really been rugged territory, and it's put a lot of smoke in the nation, so I'll tell you that. And we don't have any smoke down here, but they're getting smoke even on the East Coast. So, interesting situation with the fires, and normally that's the wet area up there, and really dry, and of course monsoon season we usually get this kind of weather, but this year is a little bit much nicer than it has been. So with July-August phenomenon, sometimes it goes into September. Anyway, that's about all I have, and it's good to hear everybody on the net, and in Montclair, your signal, you're 5'9", you're the biggest signal I've seen this morning into my humble station here. Since I downsized, I don't have near the antenna. I left all my antennas 4 miles away. But this is my monsoon antenna, and I use it quite a bit. It's a full-size dipole, but it's not very high. It's about 8 feet, 9 feet tall at the apex and straight out to my walls. Somewhat stout. And I did get, when I first put it up, I did get one complaint from the HOA, and that was that I needed to, I don't know what kind of cable it was, what kind of receive cable that was, but what I'd have to do is attach it to the wall and paint it the same color of the house. So that was a gift. So anyway, 73 everybody, I hope you have a great weekend, and I know I will, and so not doing much, but still cleaning out stuff that I brought from the other place. You live somewhere for 42 years, or 41 years, and then come to a smaller place with a small lot. It just doesn't fit. So we've been slowly getting rid of stuff over the last couple of years, and I'm on my third stage. Stuff that hurts to go, it's got to go. So anyway, what I really need to do is go to a good ham swap meet. I've got a lot of ham equipment that I need to get rid of, and I'm not using it. So 73 everybody, and everybody have a great morning. K7DRT, back to Nick.
Okay, Dave, very good. Yeah, your signal came up there. You're well over S9 here too. So good to hear everybody. Good conditions today. And let's see, next week your net control will be Joe, Neil's neighbor up there, N6TCO. So we'll say 73s, and thanks to everybody that checked in, WB6MWL.
Thanks for doing the net, Jay. Good job. KW6G. We'll be clear. 73s, everybody.
Hey, Charles, before you go, interested to hear that you mentioned your wife's birthday was August 15th. Same as mine. Over.
Hey, that's a coincidence. I think we talked about this at one time. Well, happy birthday to you, Ted. How old are you going to be this year?
88.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Well, yeah, except getting a little creaky and and not able to do what I'd like to sometimes, over.
Well, it's the truth. I turned 67 on July 1st, and the wife's a year younger than me, but, you know, you're right, and even now, you know, I was talking to some of my fellow retirees from PG&E, and we were talking about the same thing the other day. You know, you just don't jump out of bed in the morning as quick as you used to, raring to go, or running around trying to do everything at once. But you know, we're fortunate to still be here, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, it is what it is. I hope it's not, well, it's going to be cooler today, that's for sure. But geez, it's been about almost 100 here. Every day this week I was getting tired of it. You can't get nothing done outside. Anyway, so how you doing, Ted? W6BFW, KW6G.
Yeah, okay, very good, Charles. Yeah, well, I just, we may have talked about that before, but I just heard you say that, and I thought, well, I have to remind you about my birthday being the same time. So, okay. Have a good day, Charles, and best to you, and take care. W6PFW.
Yeah, W6PFW, KW6G. Got a good signal here this morning. You're 5 and 9. Did you ever get your antenna fixed? Go ahead.
Well, I did a little reorienting of the feed line. That's about it. I don't think that had anything to really do with it. But no, it's still kind of a bedraggled L shape.
That's too bad. You know, you might want to think about getting one of these end-fed halfways. They're real easy to put up, and they work pretty good. They're real quiet. I got a vertical and an end-fed half-wave, and the end-fed half-wave outperforms the ground-mounted vertical a lot of times because most of the noise disappears on this end-fed half-wave, believe it or not. And I just got it strung up with a rope in the tree, so just throw a rope over a tree branch and string it up. But, you know, you want to get your son to go over there and help out. I can come over and help you out if you want. But they're real easy, and they cover all bands, and, you know, for about, I don't know, what did I spend for this thing? $180 is the kilowatt one, but you can get a